Fire-breathing dragons, spellcasting wizards, and grand contraptions, the LEGO Castle theme would undergo its second transformation in 1983. The first wave started off with a bang, introducing us to the Dragon Masters, a new faction that harnessed the power of fire through their siege weapons and taming of dragons, with the blue wizard Magisto at their head. At the center of their land stood the fire-breathing fortress, atop a mountainous raised baseplate and holding a mighty dragon within. Its smaller cousin, Dark Dragon's Den, depicted another mountainside structure also built to house dragons. This first wave was a transition period, with the Dragon Masters taking the place of the Black Knights, using similar iconography but in green rather than the Black Knight blue. However, these Dragon Knights were not without innovation, introducing brand new dragon plumes atop new helmets, red horse helmets, new torsos and flags, and of course, new LEGO dragons. During sieges, the Dragon Masters would bring along their Dragon Defender, a fire-breathing siege cart with dual launching catapults. Magisto's magical workshop would serve as the wizard's home, where he would develop his new spells and potions, and served as a template for the revived LEGO Castle line's second gift with purchase in 2023. This wave would also see the release of the 3 final Black Knights set and single Wolfpack set, wrapping up that second era of Castle with some smaller builds and another ship for the Black Knights. The next year of sets would be more quiet, with 3 sets in total: King's Catapult, Dragon Master's Chariot, and Magisto's Tower, an infrequently discussed castle set that came with the chariot for Magisto along with a simple build that notably used unique dragon prints on the black stonework. 1995 is where things heated up again, with LEGO introducing the Royal Knights faction with a complete line of sets. From 6008 Royal King, a cheap way to get the leader of the Royal Knights, and a set that was referenced in the medieval town square. King's Chariot gave the Royal King transport, while Royal Drawbridge had the Royal Knights defend their treasure from the mounted Dragon Master Knight. Set 6090 Royal Knights Castle gave the Royal Knights a home. Built on yet another raised base plate, the castle used the black stone of the Black Knight Castle in about equal parts to grey, creating a color balance not yet seen before. The wave would also see one smaller Royal Knight set, Skeleton Surprise, with Wizard's Cart being an accessible means to get Magisto. 1996 introduced a reskinned Forestmen through what's called the Dark Forestmen faction. Their base of operations was a Dark Forest fortress, showing the Dark Forestmen preying on passing travelers. All 3 sets would center around the core gimmick of integrating catapults into trees, which although is a nice play feature on paper, I think makes the sets look a bit clunky in practice. This wave also included a Royal Knights catapult and crossbow boat. 1997 would include the final 4 factions of this third era, the Fright Knights, with this entire wave consisting of sets for them. Led by Basil and Willa the Witch, the Fright Knights leaned into a vampiric aesthetic, complete with small bats, a bat emblem, a bat helmet for Basil, and large bat wings on many of their vehicles. The Fright Knights flying machine, Witch's Fireplace, and Bat Lord gave easy access to the heads of the Fright Knights, with set 6007 in particular giving Basil a Black Dragon mount, with the Bat Lord set being the final of 4 total sets referenced in 2024's Medieval Town Square. Crossbow Cart and Bat Lord's Catapult would serve as the faction's siege weapons, while set 6037, Witch's Wind Ship, would serve as Willa's personal vehicle. The Prison Transport set would give us Fright Knight Barding as well as a dragon-drawn carriage, interestingly enough with no prisoner to carry. Witch's Magic Manor would be Willa's personal base, a questionable and finicky looking build, including a green rather than black dragon for some reason. Finally, Night Lord's Castle would be the Fright Knights' base of operations, with the castle being attacked by Royal Knights, really leaning into the Dracula aesthetic with portcullis and tall spire in the back. Interestingly enough, the Fright Knights would reuse the dragon helmets of the Dragon Masters for their horses, and their faction would come with both small and larger shields, although with the same design printed on top. The final wave in 98 would come with a smattering of small sets, some siege weapons, some confusingly using the Dragon Knight's helmet, a battle pack, and a simple flying machine. And with this concludes the third era of LEGO Castle. By this point we've cleared 3 of the 4 classic castle eras, going from the original wave through the classic wave and now low fantasy. This era saw the introduction of 4 new factions to replace the 5 from the previous, and with them came entirely new molds, prints, and designs. Join us next time for a look at the final classic era of Castle, where we'll be taking a look at yet another Lion faction and a newly designed Bull faction. Thanks so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, make sure to give me a follow, and remember, happy building!